Good evening, everyone. Today is Monday, the 18th of May. And yesterday was Sunday. Yeah, naturally, if today is Monday, yesterday was Sunday. And in the afternoon yesterday, I decided to go for a walk. And I saw the roads around in my neighborhood, and they were busy. I mean, the traffic on the roads was so condensed. I have never seen this neighborhood so busy. People were queuing up at shop entrances, and it seemed as though the country has gone into some kind of frenzy. I went past a fast food outlet, and people were queuing up for food, and they were very good at keeping social distancing at that, and that's really good. But at the same time, they were using the touch screens to place orders for their food. So touch screens are not the cleanest places, and I didn't see any actions of cleaning, sanitizing them between each user. So social distancing on the one hand, but then using the touch screen without sanitizing it. Today, Monday morning, children went back to school for the first time after over 7 weeks. And although schools opened, getting to schools was another matter because, as we all know, buses have restricted spaces because of the social distancing. So schools were open, but getting to schools was a little bit of a challenge. Monday morning, peace and quiet descended on my street. There was only very light traffic on my street this morning, which was in complete contrast to the busyness and unprecedented number of cars that drove past my house yesterday. And this got me thinking, do we live under the impression that the virus goes away on weekends? Because we seem to be changing our behavior on weekends. We seem to be a bit more relaxed about the rules on weekends, and then we sort of go back to keeping the strict rules on weekdays. So a lot of us are still working from home so as to keep safer. But then as soon as the weekend rolls in, we take more liberties. It's a bit of a contradiction there. I don't think the virus behaves differently on weekends and weekdays. Something to think about. So we seem to be living in some kind of a phase of contradictions. And this afternoon I listened to the media conference, and a lot of the questions that were posed to the government representatives spoke about inconsistencies in the regulations and conflicts and contradictions. But actually, the government's message is quite clear. It says that in level 2, there is a much higher level of individuals acting responsibly to prevent the spread of the virus. We need to take individual responsibility. In level 2, each of us needs to think as though they are carrying the virus and as though all those around us are also carrying the virus. The message is clear. The virus is still there. We need to be cautious. We need to be vigilant. But we need to be responsible because level 2 of the COVID-19 alert allows us to return to most normal life activities with caution. But see, here's the problem. Normal life doesn't come with a set of rules and regulations. We normally go about life using common sense, not rules and regulations. The message of level 2 is be cautious because the virus is still there. So we need to do this to do life cautiously by applying common sense. So everything that we do needs to be with common sense. So keep social distancing because the rules say so, but also use your common sense and not touch the touch screens if they were not sanitized. Contradictions arise when we stick to the rules but ignore common sense. So it may be that the rules do not cover every action in our lives, but we need to apply common sense even if the rules do not specify what we should do. So, for example, there's not much sense in keeping social distancing, but at the same time using touch screens if they were not sanitized. Contradictions arise when we follow what guidelines say, not what they assert, what they claim. Because no guidelines will cover every possible life activity. We follow guidelines in a way that we follow what they mean. Words are important. They carry meaning. They carry a message. Sometimes we need to listen not just to the words, but to the meaning, to the message they are carrying. The Bible is the most important word for us Christians, and we believe in the Bible's inerrancy. Yet, at times, we come across what seems to be inconsistencies. But are they really? Let's have a look at one example. Christians have always known that the four canonical Gospels, that's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, describe the same major events in Christ's life, but in different ways. For example, consider what God says at Jesus' baptism. In Mark 1, verse 11, and Luke 3, verse 22, God says, "You are my beloved Son, with you I am well pleased." But in Matthew 3:17, God says, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." So, which is it? Did God say, "You are my beloved Son," or "This is my beloved Son"? The explanation to passages like these is that they differ only in what they say, not in what they proclaim. The passage uses slightly different wording, but the claims is exactly the same. Christ is God's beloved Son, whether the verse uses the word you, the second person personal pronoun, or this, which points to the noun it replaces. The Bible is indeed inerrant in its claims, even though it may differ in wording. After all, we as English-speaking people are reading a translation of the Bible. In fact, we have today a great number of English translations. Each translation is different, but that doesn't make the Bible inconsistent, because although the wording chosen by a particular translation may differ from another, the claim, the message, is the same. Christ is the Son of God in any and every translation or wording. COVID-19 alert level 2 means the virus is still in our midst, in any and every of our actions, even when the rule does not tell us exactly what to do every minute of the day. So let's not be confused, New Zealand. Let's keep to the message and let's keep safe. The virus is still here and it operates on weekdays as it does on weekends. It is lurking on supermarket trolleys as well as on fast food touchscreens. Be consistent in keeping the message of the level 2 alert. The virus is still here. Act accordingly. Keep yourself and others safe. Act with common sense and keep us all safe. Thank you for listening to me today. I hope you enjoy my little reflection. As always, click the like, and if you want to share it with your friends, please click the share. And I hope to see you tomorrow on this channel or on our on our Facebook page. Sorry. Have a pleasant evening and God bless. Goodbye for now.